Hello everyone. As you can see, I am stitching one of the zips onto the little bags I've been doing. I have to stitch the zips on first. I'll just do a back stitch. As you can see, the stitch I'm using the same colour because it's going through the stitches, and there's a lot of sunshine at the moment. I've had to shut my curtain just to block it out because you couldn't really see me on the screen for the sun. Get sunshine when we don't want it. But that's what I'm doing. I'm sewing up the stitches and stitching the zips into the bags. That's the third one. That's two. I'll put the zips into two there. I haven't put the bags inside yet. I'm sewing the zips on first. As you can see, I've still got the little bag to sew up. Got to put on there, but that one has a zip in. I've put a deeper blue in that one because that's a blue bag. And this one is a green one. Doesn't look green on the screen, but it is. It's a green, and I've put you can see I have the little bag to do in there. I'm putting a green bag inside that one. I just use odd bits of material that I have left over from things. I think there's a little bit of curtain material I'm using in this one actually. I think in these ones, that's another bit of curtain material that I think I made some curtains a long time ago, and I had quite a bit of material left over from them. So they come in handy for doing these things like this, these bags and that. And then I will have that one to do after I finish the orange one that I'm doing at the moment. So I have been working on my latest knitting pattern. I've actually printed it out. It's hard to show because if I show it on this side, I get the sun down there. I'll show it on this side. This is the pattern that I've sort of worked out. This is just my own printed one out for myself. I've altered a few things on it. And there's this one here. There's a few more instructions than what I normally do. I've had to print on the back as well, so I couldn't put any picture. Usually I do a picture on the front, a picture on the back if there's more than one, like cardigan, I think, in it. Well, this one here, I started this yesterday at 2:30 in the afternoon, and I was just finished. I hadn't even done the picture on the front at 7:30 last night. It's stopping in between for cups of tea and my tea and anything else. But I was sick by that time. People don't realise actually how long it takes to type out these things. I have to type everything out and make sure there's no mistakes. And I've actually found one little mistake, but I've already printed 10 of these patterns out. So it's a tiny little mistake that will not make any difference whatsoever to the pattern. It is in one of the rows on the back. I'm telling you this so anybody that gets the pattern. On the back it says on row 2 at the very end. On row 2 I've got purl 4, 3, 2, 1 or 4 on the different sizes. And then it's knit 4, purl 4 in brackets, and repeat the stitches in brackets and purl 2 the last 4, 3, 2, 1 or 4 stitches. But on the word stitches I put it short. I usually put STS for stitches, but I've got ST8 and S. I don't know where the 8 came from because the 8 on my laptop on the keyboard is nowhere near the letter S. So I don't know how I got that number 8 in, but it's there. But I've already printed patterns out and it doesn't make any difference whatsoever to the pattern. So I will sort that out another time when I get time to go through the pattern again, because I have to go through, to alter anything on here, I have to go through the whole PDF again. Not printed out, but it has to be put right through the notes in my PDF maker, and then put through the PDF to change the pattern and that. So I am not doing anything do that one at the moment, but that was yesterday, and then that was why I didn't get the time to put a video up yesterday. And I've been on today, this morning, with the picture. Now, I wanted some pictures to show a lot of different things. You know, it's all the same, you know, the same style, but at different sizes. This one's a 16-inch, this one's 18-inch, that is a 22-inch, and that's a 24-inch. The only one that's not there is a 20-inch, because I sold them before I got a chance to do the pattern. But this one here, these two pictures here, I did want that one to come out diagonally. I wanted that, the smallest one there, and then this one here in this corner, so they were going across diagonally. The same with these two to go diagonally. Well, I was on for ages going through the printer properties, what I do for printing out and everything, for to print the picture on the front. I altered I have them numbered, so I had them the way I wanted them, would be number 1, 2, 3 and 4. So that these would have come diagonally. I had them, they're numbered, so they should have come out diagonally on my printer, but they didn't. It didn't matter what I do. I kept going through the printer and changing the settings and that, and I either got those two down like that and those like that, or else this one was up the top there across and these two were down. It didn't matter what I did. I was getting annoyed at the finish. And then when I print these to print the pictures out, I have a certain setting on my printer where you print the size they actually are, or you can change them so that they, like what I've done here, so that they all come out the same size on the thing. And when I clicked it off to the actual size, these two pictures here were larger than these two. That was why they wouldn't change them no matter what I did. They have to be all the same. So I had to go through a process, and these two here, I altered them slightly. I took them in just a little bit, as much as I could on the sides to make them a bit narrower, because that was where the difference was. The same with the bottom one. And then I printed that out myself on the top. That's just so people know, or so I know the sizes. I know what sizes are. But I was thinking, oh, maybe I can do better than that. I wanted to look professional. So I've managed. Don't know whether you can see it very well here for the light. I'm trying to hold it. But I printed it out anyway, and as you can see, I managed to get the pictures in the right place where I wanted diagonally like that. The only thing was, after I printed this out, I printed it out so at the end, I don't know whether you can see, I'm trying to show this so you can see it. It's the sun, even though I've got my curtains shut, it's still affecting it. But you can see on the very end there where I have the actual pattern, it says 16 to 24 inch cable and garter stitch jackets and hats in DK. But as you can see at the very end where it says in hats and in is joined, the two, I didn't get it. There wasn't enough room to put a space, but I never thought I could have changed where I have and. I could have changed that to the sign for and, so I might possibly change that later on as well, but this is going to be it for the moment. So that pattern is ready at the moment the way it is, and the reason I use more of the pages to write out on is normally when I do the pattern, if I do the instructions for the left front and then I do the instructions, I don't usually do the instructions for the right front. I just tell everybody to reverse what you do on the left front for the shaping. But I've noticed, you know, a few comments in that. I was getting emails where they're new knitters that don't understand how to reverse the shaping and that. So what I've done with the right front is I've told them, I've put for the right front to knit the same as for the left front until you reach the armhole shaping and end on the right side row. You normally end on a wrong side row on the left front. So now I've put that in at the end on the right side row, and to cast off how many stitches and how many rows to do, and a bit of the pattern, tell them how to do the pattern up to the neck, and then ending on the wrong side row for the neck instead of the right side row for the left side. And then I say continue for the shaping, for the neck shaping, continue as for the left front until you have the 2 stitches remaining. That's just a little bit more help for a new knitter, because most patterns you buy do not tell you those sort of things. You have to work them out for yourself. But if you're a really new knitter and never followed a pattern before, it is a little bit difficult for some people. So that's why this one's, I've added a little bit extra there. And this one also has a bonnet on, so I've got the instructions for the bonnet, so I've had to do extra instructions how to do the crown, you know, decreasing the crown on both the hat and the bonnet. Anyway, that's my pattern, what I have been doing, and I'm really glad I've got that one sorted out. I don't know what ones I'm doing next, but I do have a few in the pipeline that I'm sorting out, but I will have to knit those first. That's what I have to do before I can make out these patterns. And this one, it'll be going out as PDF. It'll be on eBay and on Etsy. On Etsy I can put the pattern up, and I can put a PDF for people in other countries. So that's that, and I have done a little bit more. I managed to get a little bit knitting done last night, not a lot. I think I was a bit sick by the time I finished writing out that pattern. This is what I have finished, this one. This will be another pattern when I start the larger sizes, but this is a 26-inch. And this wool is a lot finer, and I thought it was going to come out smaller because I thought it was knitting like 4-ply, but it's not. It's come out the full 26. I've measured it. It measures 14 across, so it's going to measure 28. And I've done the length to a 26. I followed the instructions for what I have written down for a 26, so it is going to come out 26 all right. Just the wool just seems a lot finer than most double knitting. Maybe it's better than some of the double knitting does seem a bit thicker than it should be. So that one came out okay. So I finished the back on that one, so I'm going to get on with the fronts and that. And I done a little bit more of my own. I'm nearly up to the armholes. Not much more to do on this sleeve, and then I'll be able to... What I'm going to do when I finish this is I'm going to sew the shoulders up on the other pieces that I've done, put the sleeve in, and I'll probably put the neck and the bands down the front before I do the other sleeve. That'll give me a better idea what it's going to look like. So that was only a little bit of that. But I am busy sewing at the moment. And as this is all hand sewn, it does take a little bit longer because I've tried sewing these things on my sewing machine, but I can usually sew one side of the zip. But when I come to do the other side, with it being folded like that, I can't do that on my sewing machine because I can sew maybe part of it, but it doesn't go all the way down. So it's best just to hand sew it, which is what I'm doing. And I am using it's my older computer today. It's my Dell, which I'm having to use because my newer computer, my Dell one, is probably about 5 years old. My Acer computer, the newer one's only 2 years old, and it's gone up the creek already. This was the same with this one. This my Dell one, that was about 2 years, and that went up the creek as well. And I managed to fix that one, which is just as well because it's what I'm using now. And I thought I'll try the camera on because I used to use this one to do videos before, and while it's not high definition, I don't have the same problem with this one with the light. When the sun's shining, it keeps going. My other computer very bright and then dark and bright and dark and flickering all the time. I get maybe a very slight flicker on this one now and again. It's something to do with the hertz. The hertz on this one I can use either 50 or 60. And the higher hertz, the less flicker you get. So I set it on 60 hertz because there was a little slight bit of a flicker on 50 hertz, but it's okay on 60. So instead of using my camcorder, I'm trying this one just to see what people think of the videos on this one. Because the problem with my camcorder, when I use that, everything is the opposite way around. And if I picked up a pattern and I was trying to show you something, if I was trying to show you that picture, when I put my hand up, my hand goes to that side because it's the opposite way around, and it really annoys me. I can't do anything where I have to show where anything is, and even the picture, sometimes looking at it looks like this. It annoys me, look at it that way. And this picture on this laptop looks as to me, just looking at it from where I'm sitting, looks as good as it does on the camcorder, even though it's not it's not high, it's not ordinary standard definition, but it's not the highest. It doesn't go up to 19 something, it only goes up to 12 something. That's a format you have for high definition and standard definition. It's a bit higher than standard definition, so I think I might be using this one for my videos. I do prefer it, actually. So that's just a little bit for today. Thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll catch you all another time. So bye for now.